Hello, I'm Yonden Lhatoo at the South China Morning Post. Here we go again, the same old question that Hong Kong can never give a straight answer to after all these years. Is it acceptable to use the word gweilo for Caucasian people, or anyone who's not Chinese for that matter? The latest catalyst for this on-again, off-again debate is the case of a British man who has filed a discrimination lawsuit against a construction contractor he worked for, citing what he called a general underlying hostility towards non-Chinese employees who were referred to as gweilo in a derogatory sense. The offending Cantonese term literally translates as ghost man, the pejorative intent harking back to the unpolitically correct days when passive-aggressive natives perceived those pale Europeans who colonized Hong Kong as being ghost-like foreign devils. There's no denying the xenophobic roots of the word, but the fact is it's now used so widely and commonly in the city that most of those pesky foreign devils don't take it as a racist epithet. Now, of course, that can change depending on the situation as well as the tone and delivery of the term, and it can be used as a disparaging descriptor. But where do you draw the line? Some of you might remember the controversy back in 1998 when, during a debate in the legislature about attacks on the local currency, veteran politician James Tien referred to international speculators as gweilo. "We should never let the gweilo know our last card," he said. He defended it as just a slip of the tongue at the end of a long speech when foreign diplomats complained it would spread prejudice against non-locals, an us versus them mentality. The thing is, 2 decades later, not a single Caucasian colleague I've asked in my office feels unduly offended by the word. Many of them see no problem in regularly using it to describe themselves. And one of them reminded me of the successful Guailo beer brand in Hong Kong, the brainchild of a bunch of, yes, Guailo, who have no qualms about using the word to make money. The trademark registry is quite conservative, co-founder Ian Jebbit, an intellectual property lawyer, told the Post. It did initially reject it on the basis of it being derogatory, but I spent 3 months putting together a legal submission showing how the word is not being used in this racially deprecating manner, and it was accepted. There you go, folks. But I must remind you that our in-house Cantonese specialist at the Post, the lovely Louisa Tam, has reservations about using guaipo, the feminine version of the word. And this one has more to do with it being sexist than racist. The word po, as she rightly points out, refers to older rather than younger women. And we can't have that. I'm neither white nor fluorescent in any way to justify the tag, but I do get called a gweilo myself, like any other member of an ethnic minority group in the city. Not South Asians and Africans, though. The Chinese have separate nicknames for them that are not so benign when it comes to offensive impact. Just the other day, I was taking the lift to my flat when 3 construction workers got in. "See, I told you there are so many gweilo in this building," one of them said to his mates in Cantonese, making it obvious I was the evidence to prove his point. I wasn't in the least offended, but I did feel I should clarify matters right there and then, employing my limited grasp of the local dialect. "I'm not a gweilo, tailo, big brother," I told him. "I'm ethnic Tibetan. Are you saying I'm a foreigner in this country?" The lift doors opened for my floor just then, and I had to leave them hanging like that, jaws agape. Sticks and stones may break my bones. Now let's see what our readers have to say about all this. Here's one who does not like to be called a gweilo. "I am dismayed by this article and the response of many posters who want to discuss the use of such a word rather than to condemn its use outright. Excuses, excuses, and excuses." Another reader says it's the tone in which it's said. When it's spoken derisively, then yes, it most certainly is an insult. Having said that, we quite happily use it to describe ourselves, so it really is the intent behind the word that determines if it's an insult or not. Well, this reader says, "A British friend with a low level of education in the States slips occasionally and calls Chinese Chinamen. Should I be righteously offended? I call myself a yellow man. What's wrong with that? No more Anglo-political correctness, please." And here's my personal favorite. "I'm an American Caucasian and a 4-year resident in Hong Kong. My local friends use this term all the time to my face, and I'm not in the least bit offended. One time I was in a Watson's and asked, 'Where's the acetone?' Staff directed me to the back of the store, then used the radio to inform a colleague that a gweilo was headed away. I had a good laugh about it, and it didn't bother me in the slightest." Thanks for watching. This Guailo will see you again.